So we are today for this LinkedIn Live. Welcome everybody. We are going to speak about the human centered AI. It's really about with all the disruption that AI is creating in our working lives. How can we make sure that we are navigating this, the human side, and bring more humanistic voices to this table? So, what we are going to do today during this live, I'm going to rebroadcast a presentation that I did in an event online recently. The event name is the Best UX Expo. They invite me to speak about this topic. And we have there two of the facilitators, Mary Seagal and Ken Ashby. And we start in a unique way the presentation that you are going to see in a moment, interacting with them and interacting with my avatar. So I decide to add some fun for the presentation, and I use the tools that now are available to all of us. Really, to it's very easy to create an avatar of ourselves with a photo, and then uh, provide a text that then the avatar becomes using AI, articulates the message. So it's going to be my avatar doing the intro, my reading my bio, and then we will have a little talk with my avatar version that can answer questions within a certain limit of knowledge, and then we will jump in to my presentation. During this live here on LinkedIn, I will be focused on the chat. If you have any questions, if you want to interact with me, I will be there live during the time that we are doing this. And afterwards, of course, I will always come back and see if there is any comments that I need to answer. So with that said, and I'm looking here to see how it's going on the feed live, that everything seems to be working fine. I'm going to move here to the presentation and be looking for the comments on the that you can do. This is being broadcast live in my LinkedIn profile and in the event, and also on YouTube. So with that said, let's start.
Hi, I'm Anna's avatar, and I'm here today to welcome all of you. I'm created using generative AI by Creative Reality Studio. I would like to introduce you to Anna Melikian. Born in Portugal, Anna almost had to repeat the fourth grade because of her bad spelling. Despite being diagnosed with dyslexia, Anna earned two master's degrees and a PhD in psychology. She taught at universities in Portugal and Spain and started several entrepreneurial initiatives. Now living in the US, Anna is the host of the Mindset Zone, one of the top 1% most popular podcasts globally. She combines her expertise in psychology, more than 2 decades of work in human potential, and her trademark loving optimism to teach her audiences how to amplify their impact while avoiding burnout. Be warned, she has a lovely Portuguese accent. If you are open to expanding possibilities, please give a warm welcome to Anna Melikian.
Hello, hello, and I hope that Marys and Ken are still here because I want to do something interactive with them. So you had my avatar doing the introduction. So my question to you is, do you want to speak directly with my avatar and even ask questions?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Although you are definitely the best thing. Of course, we love you, my friend, and have loved our experience with you. But yes, for sure.
Wow.
So please ask a question here to my avatar.
Okay, great. So Anna's avatar wondering what is the best way for Anna to work with you on a daily basis?
So what's the best way to work? Be more specific.
What is the best way to bring Anna's messages into the world on a daily basis? Oh, this is remarkable. This is just remarkable. I can't believe we're actually doing this.
The way the eyes are blinking and
Yeah.
just the humanality of it is amazing.
And interesting that we know your personality, so we're actually feeling you here. It's really interesting.
Let's see.
The best way to bring Anna's message into the world
And
daily
like
is to
other-
engage with her podcast, Mindset Zone, and share the valuable insights and resources with
Amazing.
others. Additionally, practicing the concepts from her book and implementing them in daily life
Beautiful.
can help spread her message.
And I really want you all that are listening, and thank you so much, Marys and Ken, for
We're gonna-
participating on this. Yes, because I really want you to focus on how does this make you feel. So if you can chat there in YouTube, Facebook, Zoom, wherever you are if you are listening to the replay of this later, when you saw the introduction of my avatar introduce me, when you saw the interaction, that's just that example of interacting with my avatar with a question, how do you feel? Because there is a range. Some people really feel weird about it. Some people feel fascination about it, or even the two things at the same time. And it's really important for all of us to have that self-awareness, to recognize how this that we call AI is interacting with us. Because today I'm going to be focused on human AI. How can we navigate this AI disruption as human beings to enhance our humanity instead of us serving AI serving us to become more human and increase our impact out there while preventing burnout? And the very important point to make is that humanity and technology is being together from the beginning. From the moment that we recognize this thing of being human being, technology was there. Think about the Stone Age. Was the technology of working the rocks, the stones, to do instruments, to do tools that allow us to become what we recognize nowadays as humans, that allows the agricultural revolution and all the other advances that we have in a cultural sense. Even just to take you in a quick timeline, think about the first systems of writing so long ago and recent, but is this depending of the timeline that you consider? But think about 3,000 years before the Common Era, we had this emergence of the system of writings that really revolutionized the way that we interact with the world, to the point that nowadays we speak about prehistory and history because of this technological development. And think about another point. Let's fast forward many centuries to the 1400s, where the printing press was invented, and with the first book totally printed, the Gutenberg Bible, that again, that advance in technology has revolutionized the way that we interact with the world and the way that we see and define ourselves as human beings. Come to our century, to the second or to past century, the century where I was born, the 20th century. In the Second World War, there was these things that was the computers that were developed, that were created, that when they were created initially, they occupy a room of space to do very simple things, but was an incredible advance in technology. We have to wait for the 1970s to have the personal computer that we could bring home. And fast forward in 2007, we start to be able to carry an amazing technology in our pockets with the smartphones. Initially, the iPhone in 2007, but nowadays all of us have some kind of smart devices near us that shows how technology really evolves. And in 2022, ChatGTP, Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer, will come to all of us, to all our computers, if we have internet, that allow us to play with AI. So think about all the changes that happen in this period that allow us at this moment to be speaking about artificial intelligence. And it's really important to understand that artificial intelligence is being with us for a while. When you are watching a YouTube video, the next suggestion was already generated by AI. When you are listening to music, Spotify, and then they suggest another song, that is AI, what they call curation AI in action. Netflix, next suggestion, how Netflix revolutionized the way that we see TV. A lot of it is based in algorithmics and based in artificial intelligence. Social media, the engagement, the likes, all of that was based in AI. But was a different type of AI because until relatively recently, we had these independent disciplines that really start to emerge from the 1950s. After the computer, there was this thing, machine learning, and all these disciplines start to emerge, but they were like separate from each other. One expert in one of them probably could not understand publication, an article from another expert of another area of these different disciplines. But something incredible happened relatively recently that allows what we now calling the generative AI to emerge, that they start to see that all these different disciplines really could be seen and communicate with each other with these large language models or LLMs that allow the creation of what we now interact with the computer and play with these bots, with these chatbots, ChatGTP, Cloud 3, Gemini, that are all ways that brought these to our fingertips. And we can start to leverage in so many different ways. And during the event that you are listening here, you saw many examples of how to use these. That I want to focus here at the moment on our reaction or response to artificial intelligence, because I think this is something crucial. We can have kind of a danger reaction. If you listen yesterday to the amazing talk of George Chanos, maybe you got a little bit uncomfortable with some of the predictions that he spoke. And in fact, this is a very well-known quote that 50% of the AI researchers believe there is a 10% or greater chance that humans go extinct from our inability to control AI. Yes, it can be scary. And it's important to know that that is a possibility, but not an inevitability. We can do things about. There are more dangers that are more urgent to deal with, like how this is going to revolutionize our jobs, the AI hallucinations, how ChatGTP, when it doesn't have the information, it will invent things. The deep fakes that can be really much better than the avatar that I show you in the beginning. So all these things we have to take in consideration. There are dangers. We need to put guardrails to make sure that this technology is better used, because the reality is that the cat is out of the bag. We cannot put AI back in the bag again. It's here to stay, and also brings a ton of opportunities for us in terms of saving us time. We already saw during this event many people speaking about how we can use AI in our businesses, in our creativity, can help us cure diseases like cancer that until now is being a challenge for medicine, can help us to communicate better, even can allow us to communicate with other species. That is absolutely fantastic and mind-blowing. But what I want you to take from this today is that the key to make sure that this brings us more opportunities and that we control and put safeguards around the dangers is we as humans. We humans are really the key in this process, and we really have to embrace what we bring on the table. And as humans, my background is psychology, my background is social science. And it's always important to remember that even if we go back in time to the first systems of writing, or even before to the agricultural revolution that allow us to change the way that as humans we live biologically from 10,000 years ago, from the agricultural revolution to the present moment, our biology didn't change. We are the biologically very, very identical to somebody that lived in the agricultural revolution. Okay, so with that in mind, what has changed and allow us to adapt is not our biology, is the culture, how we adapt to the changes and the technologies that we create as human beings. And what we have to face at the moment is the acceleration of change, because all these advances in technology are being so quick that even the culture that allow us to adapt and to reuse so many things is we are facing a challenge, and we have to take that in consideration. But again, we as we humans are the key for this. And I want to really bring the power to who we are as human beings. And I want to ask you to do a very simple exercise. Just please write the word reactive. Okay, just write this word in a piece of paper, all capitals if you can. Write that word. And then if you can tell me in the chat will be great, but I will give you the time. REACTIVE. Write the word reactive, because that is how many of us are feeling in relation to this. We are reacting. Great. So now, please focus on the letter C between the A and the T of the word reactive, and move that C to the beginning of the word. And tell me which word you have now. Yes, you have the word creative. You see, it's a small shift that has a tremendous impact. And it's these small shifts that we really have to be able to do at this moment by working in our personal development to be our best you possible, to face the demands of our times and to make these opportunities. This is a quote that I'm having here in the slides. It's a classical quote that is probably my favorite quote of all time. Between a stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. What we have is to be able to press a pause button that allows us to see that space between the stimulus and the response, because we don't want us to be reacting to this. We want to be responding in an intentional way to all these technological changes that are happening. And as humans, we have this thing that I really believe that we call the human potential, that we have to leverage in a big way to make sure that AI will serve us and not the other way around, to make this a humane AI revolution to create more possibilities out there. And in this angle, it's really important. Like I said, my background is psychology. I really believe in the personal work that we can do as individuals to be our best you, but that is a limited way of seeing human potential. As human beings, we are connecting beings too. So we have to bring the power of the group, and this, how to deal with AI, how to create the guardrails that are need to be in place, and how to make sure that secures a better future to all of us. We have to bring the community, the group together. So our work as individuals, release human potential, the work that we can do as groups, release human potential, and now we'll bring a third dimension that has to do with the systems that we are part of. I didn't invent AI, but I'm affected by AI. It was not a person that invented, was a group of people. And at the time in history, in our history and technology development, but we have to take care of us as human beings, individually, groups, and in the systems, the forces that influence us and how we can influence that forces, and then we can unlock the human potential to a hand degree in exponential way that is essential for us to do now. So please, you are in a place here where you are doing your work. I'm going to end here with just this QR code that you can scan that will give you access to more resources, including some of the approaches that I have for personal development to do that inner work that we need to be in top mental fitness to face the challenges that we have, and how can we leverage AI to really expand our possibilities. So if you do that, it's really an easy process. You just have to answer a couple of questions, and then you will have access afterwards immediately to some resources that I put together, and I'm going to be adding more resources there, including my PI method that is like one of the keys for personal development, that is learn how to press the pause button, increase our self-awareness, and embrace the experimentation mindset that really allow us to be in the grow and in the learning that we need now more than ever. And you will have informations about my upcoming book, The Mindset Zone, and maybe even help me to spread the word about the book. So with that said, I really hope that you embrace AI as a way of increasing our hope to a better future and increasing our possibilities. And remember, we are the key to make that happen. So thank you so much. And I will now bring here the conversation to Mary and Ken.
Oh, thank you so much, Anna. I just want to make sure, are we speaking to Anna or Anna's avatar?
Now we are speaking with the Zoom Anna. That is also part of the technology.
It's your Zoomatar.
Yes, my Zoomatar.
It's the human. Look, this is we've been talking the last couple of days about AI. It's something that is certainly on everybody's radar. And one of the things we've said is exactly what you said, and I love it, which is, look, we've been living with this. It just now has a name. It has a name now. And so I think sometimes we just live with things, and then all of a sudden it has a name and we're afraid of it. So it's interesting because I love what you said is, we talk all the time about, as we've spoken to you about the importance of the power of the human connection, and that will not go away. So I love that you're really supporting that, and that you have tools actually that will really support people. Thank you for that. So please be sure to check out the QR code here for Anna. Really, really appreciate that. Anna, is there something you want to leave everybody with? Last thought?
We have to do our inner work. We are in the best you expo, and I want to underline, we need the best of us all as individuals and as in groups in that relationships to make sure that this technological evolution is going to bring a better future to all of us.
I love that. Yes. And what we want to build on. So what Anna just said is that we are really prepared for the technological evolution. And so what I'm going to add to that is the constant all the way through here, yesterday and today, is relationships. And so what we talk about is our relationships will evolve through this whole process. And we get to not be afraid of that. We get to embrace it. So
Anna, thank you.
Your insights, your wisdom, your podcast. Thank you for including us in your podcast. And if you have not heard Anna's podcast, please definitely the Mindset Zone. And we look forward to staying connected to you and continuing our work together, dear friend. And thank you so much for your presence and for taking some of the fear out of AI and bringing your humanity and your AI, Anna, to us. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we are back here live to this presentation. Let me bring here my full screen. So thank you for being there on the live, the ones that were here on the live and afterwards in the recording. And I would like to keep this conversation going because this is a conversation that my mission is to bring more people from the human side. Technology people are absolutely welcome, and but we have also to bring more the human resources people, the coaches, the experts in human potential to this conversation of the future of our humanity and the future of the AI and the AI disruption is so important um, to create a place for us to speak. And like I said in my previous presentation, that I show how can we make sure that these AI developments of technology are here to enhance us as human beings and as humanity and not detract from that. So you always can connect with me via LinkedIn, and that is the social media where I'm more active, or via my website. And of course, always follow my podcast, The Mindset Zone. My upcoming book, Mindset Zone, same title, will be published in Amazon at the end of May. So appreciate the time that you took to be here. Let's keep the conversation going. And hopefully, we'll see you in another LinkedIn Live. Bye for now.